Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button down below. So in today's video, I am going to be entering the competition for the NYX Cosmetics Australia Face Awards, and I do really hope that I try and at least get into the top 30. This is something out of my comfort zone due to I never enter competitions. So to start off the video, I am just going ahead and painting my face with white cream color. This is going to be the base for the graffiti, so you just want to go over your face a couple times due to white always creasing around the skin. It doesn't always sit properly, and then maybe even going in with a beauty blender to make sure it is down and pat on point. So once you have gone over your face a couple times, making sure the creasing is well and covered and that you're covered exactly the right spots, you're just going to go ahead with some white translucent powder, and I am just spreading that out everywhere just to set that white base, so that way I can go over it and it won't bleed through and it won't drip down and crease throughout the look. So the next step that I am going to be doing is I'm going to be taking my NYX liquid liner in the color white, and I'm kind of going to outline where I want my graffiti to look and where I want it to sit on my face, just so I can work with everything else. Doesn't matter if you kind of go out of the lines, you're going to go back over this, you're going to color it, you're going to outline it. There's a lot of steps until you get to the finished look, so take your time. It's okay if you get out of the lines. Remember, you're going to be coloring in, so this does not have to be perfect. So just literally outlining. I'm going in now with the white pencil, liquid pencil from NYX. So I'm switching it up from a liquid liner to a liquid pencil. For the graffiti around my mouth, I am writing NYX for NYX Cosmetics, so that is around my mouth. Then I am going ahead with some black eyeliner from NYX Cosmetics, and I am using a kind of small dense eyeliner brush to outline the black around the writing to kind of give it a boost, so that way when I add the color, it gives it an oomph to it to make it have that brick effect of graffiti to it. Now remember, this does not have to be perfect. The outline, this is just a way to give you kind of a head start to where you're going to be coloring in and how you're going to want to block it out. So just making sure that you take a little bit of time to do it, just so that you know exactly where you're placing everything, but it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. So take your time, go ahead, draw it on, and then when you color it in, you're going to have to go back over it with some black color again. So don't stress too much, just make it dark enough so that way you can see and fill in the edges. So next I'm moving in with the NYX Liquid Suede Lips, and the first shade I'm going to be using is in the shade Little Denim Dress, and I am just using kind of like a stipple brush and applying it everywhere to make it look like a spray painted effect all around my face and my neck area. Then I'm going to be applying different shades. The next shade I will be applying is called Life's a Bitch, and it's Life's a Beach, not bitch, but you know, you get what I'm saying there. Then the next shade that I'm going to be applying is called Pink Lust, the Passion Rose. Then there will be Respect the Pink and Tea and Cookies. So these are the shades that I'm applying all around my face. I also do splatter the white liquid lipstick around my face also. So I am just using the stipple brush, applying that everywhere. A couple more shades that have been used are Amethyst, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Another shade which is more of an orangier shade is Orange County, and then we also have Foiled again. So these are the shades I have applied all around my face and neck. So going back in with that gel liner, I am going to write more graffiti onto my forehead and down the side of my face, and what I'm writing here is MUA for Makeup Artist. And once again, I am still using that thin eyeliner brush to apply this, and you just want to add those effects to make it look more blocky and graffiti-like. So the next shade I'm going to be using is the shade I use on my face also to splatter some colors, which is Pink Lust, and I'm using that to color in the letter N, and I'm just going to outline everywhere. It doesn't matter if you go over the black because you're going to go back over it with some liquid liner also, so making sure to color every area in. And like I said at the start, it didn't matter if you go out of the lines because you are going to be coloring it in. The next shade I'm going to be using to color in the letter Y is going to be Little Denim Dress, and again just coloring in around that black area that I have outlined and filling in every gap. The next shade I'm going to be moving in with to color the last letter, which is the X, is Foiled again, and I'm just filling in those lines. This one's a little bit tricky because it's more of a sharper line, so just making sure you're moving the brush in the direction that you need to get into the places to fill in those gaps. So now I'm going to be moving in with the Studio liquid liner in the shade Y and just outlining areas over the part that I have wrote the graffiti onto my face, around the M, around the U. This is just to make it look more blocky and more graffiti like around my face. Then using the same liquid liner, I'm just going to be splattering that white liquid liner everywhere just to give it an effect of white splatter around the face. Going back in with my black liquid liner from NYX, and I'm going to be making that outline really bold around the letters to make it look really graffiti like and blocky, so just outlining black everywhere. So this is the part where you want to take your time a little bit in, is applying this black color around the edges. You can go back in and color in places where you've gone in too far with the black where the colors are, but you do want to take your time to try and make it not get too thick and not get out of the lines too much onto your white base and your colorful base. So now I'm just going back in with any colors that I need to fill in any edges again, just to make sure that everything is colored in perfectly and that the black and any other color that is mixed with these colors are sitting properly with each other, so the black and the orange or the black and the blue or the black and the pink aren't blending and bleeding through. I'm just applying some liquid latex around my eye. Now I've already had an eye remover pad and colored it in with a little bit of black and red to give it kind of an effect for the eye that has been damaged. So I'm just sticking that eye pad around the eye. Do you see how I didn't apply glue on my actual eyelid? I only applied it around so you do not damage anything. So now I am going in with my scar wax. Now this is homemade scar wax. I will give you guys a little tutorial on how to make your own fake scar wax in another video, but for now I will just tell you how I made it. I just used some petroleum jelly and flour. I put a little bit of petroleum jelly in a bowl with some flour, mixed it around. Once I thought the consistency of the mixture was good, I applied a little bit of foundation and mixed it around for the color. So now I'm just using a spatula and applying it around the area of the eye patch, just so it sits well. It gives it that kind of effect that it has a wounded effect and a scarring. So just applying that all around the eyelid and soothing it down with the spatula. So now moving on to the scarring on my neck to make it look really kind of diseased on the neck, so that it has an inflammation kind of look from the spray paint. So I'm just mixing some of that mixture on my neck and moving it around until I find exactly the right spot where I like it to sit on. So I'm just blending that out with the spatula again and making sure it is consistency to the skin to make the scarring look as real as possible. Then cutting it through to give it kind of like a whole breakage point throughout it, and making sure everything is blended, the scarring sits. So then I'm just fixing up the areas around the scarring and then going back in with the liquid suede lipsticks that I used to apply onto my face, exactly the same shade, applying that all around the scarring also to make it look realistic and kind of graffiti it out. And then I'm going to go ahead and smudge it all out soon, but first we're going to go in and dab in more color, make it look colorful to the graffiti to make it all match. I'm going in with some red color from the liquid lipstick and applying that all around the scarring to make it look more bloody and infected in those areas. So just rubbing that everywhere and applying it down my neck and anywhere that needs to be dabbed on, using kind of like a spongy spoolie kind of thing. And then around the eye, we're going to just start smudging out that wax to make it look like it's been blown out from the color, that it's kind of been like an explosion around the eye area from all the shades of the spray paint. And doing the exact same thing towards the neck. So now I'm going to be going in with some black liquid liner and rub that in the kind of the scarring of the hole, and then dab that through with that sponge. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Avant Pop palette in Art Throb and applying that black shadow shade into the bruising area and the places that you want to make it look really bruised up and affected, with the kind of blowing up around the eye area and the scarring around the neck. And then going back in with that sponge, applying some fake blood onto the sponge before dabbing it onto your face, then dabbing around that fake blood everywhere and giving it that stipple effect around the face and around the neck. So now going in with the NYX Vivid Bright liners, and the first shade that I am going to be using is a Vivid Violet, and just slashing that everywhere around the face to give it kind of an art effect of a graffitied look. Then going in with that black liquid liner from NYX Cosmetics and writing Cosmetics down my neck. So I've got NYX written around my mouth area and then writing Cosmetics down the infected area around my neck. So this is going to look like it's being cut off because of the infection, so half comes off and half comes on. Now for the most annoyingest part of the look is getting dirty and applying the fake blood all around your eye and the scarring on your neck. So making sure you're getting it in the right places that you want it to drip down. And then going back in with the stipple brush and stippling that blood everywhere around the body to make it look really real and infected with blood everywhere. So now I've grabbed the cap of a spray can lid and just applying that into the eye, so like the eye has been blown up from a spray can. Then going back in with my liquid suede lipsticks that I used to apply the colors onto my face with the blue, pink and purple, and just applying that onto my eyebrow also. Then going in with that blue shade, topping up on the eyebrow, then going around the MUA graffiti just to give it some more colour and some more blockage so that it looks more graffiti. Then going back in with the pink colour and going around the MUA also. This just gives it more of a graffiti look and more of a blocky look to the graffiti writing. Going back in with my fake blood, applying that everywhere again just to make sure that it looks more real than what it does already. Just splattering some more liquid white liner around my face to give it more of an effect of graffitied look. The more colour, the more graffitier it looks. Then adding more fake blood. Now this one looks more of a gruesome. It has more of a sticky effect to it. So I'm just applying that everywhere also and stippling it on, shaking it out. And the look is complete. Here is your graffitied zombie mental patient killer. Jacket that I am wearing here is just a science coat that I grabbed, and I've just spray painted it with writing all over it to do with NYX Cosmetics, liquids, colors and everything like that. And thumbs up this video and share it with all your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel.